Hello, my name's Mike Calvin. I'm joined by Jason Burt of the Daily Telegraph, Martin Lipton of the Daily Mirror and Tom Hopkinson of the People. It began with a whisper. This boy's special. Now everyone's talking. He's the man. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. England's next star?
I think very much so, yeah. I mean, I'd like to see him get into the squad for the European Championships. I think the only thing is to make sure he's properly managed in terms of not playing too many games. Obviously, Jack Wilshere had burnout last season, which was Arsenal's fault, to be honest. Nothing to do with England. And I'd like to see Oxlade-Chamberlain given an opportunity. You play in a Champions League game like that, and you're basically the star performer of the match. You've got the character. He's certainly got the ability, temperament, and I just think it's just a question of managing him properly and seeing him play for England.
Do you agree with that, Martin?
I think he's got a real talent there. It's fantastic for English football and Arsenal that he's developed. They got him in, and there were questions asked about the wisdom of taking him from Southampton, and obviously there was the worry about how to deal with him with regard to Walcott and all that had gone in the past. He's bigger, more physically impressive, isn't he, at this stage? I mean, the danger might be that he gets a bit too big, and he's going to have to control that because he's obviously quite a bulky lad. There's going to be some work on it. But
so where
he's
do
got
you
pace
think,
and
Tom,
power.
his best position will be?
Well, I think for now, I quite agree with Arsene Wenger out on the wing. I think, don't expose him too much. But we saw on Tuesday night that he can play that central role really well and to great effect. And I think ultimately we will see him grow into that position. What I like about him is the intelligence is there as well, not just on the field but off it. He's always willing to stop and chat to the media. And he speaks very well. And I quite like the way Wenger's managed him as well. There's been a lot of criticism this year about Wenger maybe not playing him and rushing him through as early as he should. But Wenger's spoken about his maturity levels and how it's only in the last couple of months that he's really started to grow. And I think that'll serve him well in the long term as well. And
what about the comparison with Theo Walcott? Does Walcott suffer by that comparison?
I think he will suffer by it, yes. I think you're right. I think Walcott, I'm not his greatest fan. I think he's not a natural footballer. I think he's learnt to play football. At times, some of his decision making is wrong. I think he gets terribly hard pressed from the fans. Actually, to be honest, more than the media. He blows very hot and cold. You see, Chamberlain seems more of a natural player to me, more of a confident football player. And I think it could well be that Walcott's future might lie elsewhere if Chamberlain continues to develop the way he is.
It's interesting, Walcott, isn't it? When you go to mark him for the last few weeks, when we're doing our ratings, some weeks you'd be giving him a 9, some weeks you'd be giving him a 5, and sometimes I think Arsenal fans just want him steady 7 week after week and provide the balls for Robin van Persie, which when he's done that, Van Persie's he's really benefited.
Because it is interesting, isn't it, Martin, that both Van Persie and Messi really rate him very, very highly. How significant is that?
I think it's key. I mean, this season actually, he had a bit of a dip over the last month or two, which he ended by the 2 goals or 1/2 against Spurs. He's actually been his most impressive season for Arsenal. He's created more goals, he's scored more goals, he's been more influential in games. He's still sort of tarred by the brush of the past, almost a high expectation. He's been expected to jump over Mount Everest when he's struggling to get over Ben Nevis occasionally. But that's he's still quite young. He's only 22, 23. It's not as if he's in his absolute peak yet.
But he's very experienced in the number of games he's played, hasn't he? And I think that's what frustrates people. That you see him play against a team like Blackburn, and he tore Olsen apart, which you would expect him to have been an England international, but. He's then frustrating. He's so frustrating for the fans because he doesn't do it against other teams that you think he should.
He's a winger. Wingers are supposed to be like that. It's like the nature of the position. Wingers don't tend to be.
He's talked himself up quite a bit, hasn't he? I mean, obviously we know he's angling for quite a big contract at Arsenal. I think some of the supporters are quite frustrated that has he actually done enough to deserve this contract? And they obviously talk about him possibly leaving, going elsewhere. And I think if you're an Arsenal fan, you're thinking, well, actually, you should be just sort of concentrating on getting your form together.
And talking, all the headlines this morning, Mancini talking about Robin van Persie and how he'd love to have him. Now, that to me, that's pretty much tapping up. But is tapping up... Everyone does that anyway, don't they?
I don't have a problem with that. I think the whole tapping up thing's a bit silly, to be honest with you. I think managers should be allowed to speak about players and we should be able to do it in a mature way. If he's asked a question about Robin van Persie... I mean, we know Manchester City like Robin van Persie. We know they want him. When
we know they can pay £220,000 a week.
Exactly. When the whole Carlos Tevez affair blew up, we knew straight away Van Persie was the name they were talking about. Obviously, he comes from Arsenal, so they'd want him anyway. And I think they just got to be a bit more mature about it. I don't get too worked up about these things. I mean, maybe some managers will, and maybe Arsene Wenger will react to it. But I mean, I can see absolutely why Man City want him.
And also, there's some talk from the player himself, from Arjen Robben, saying, I wouldn't mind coming back to the Premier League. Is he an Arsenal type player?
I'm not sure about that. I mean, I think that Wenger doesn't. He's getting on a bit now, isn't he, Robben? And he is Dutch, and we know he's always been like a lot of the Dutch players, including Bergkamp. They learnt from the example of Van Basten, which is don't play if you're injured at all, which lengthens their career but frustrates the hell out of managers. And we know that Wenger got very frustrated with Bergkamp at times towards the end of his career. I think Robben would be actually really, really good in the Premier League again. He's still got the talent. He's been great for Bayern Munich. I mean, he's outshone Ribéry, who's supposed to be a better player. I don't believe that, actually. I think Robben's a better player. Look at the goal he scored against England last week, blistering away through the middle, and and then the second goal was a great one. He's still got real talent, but he's a pain in the backside for his teammates because you never know whether he's going to be there or not.
Well, one player they have got, Lucas Podolski, just under 11 million. Is that a good deal for them?
I think so, yeah. I mean, Cologne wanted 20 million for him at the outset, didn't they? Which shows just how highly they rate him. It'll be very interesting to see how he fits into the squad. Obviously, he'll be there to take some of the pressure off Robin van Persie if indeed he does stay in terms of goal scoring. But he's been there, he scored goals in the Bundesliga. He's scored it at international level as well. So, yeah, I think a good signing for Arsenal.
Well, a note to Arsenal fans, be grateful for what you've got. Thanks for joining us on lifesapitch.co.uk.